The Elite 100 means to me is basically a group of like-minded individuals vibrating on the same frequency with the same common goal of becoming a better version of themselves and raising their conscious awareness, right? Helping each other out when we need, right? This is more than a mastermind, it's a family. This is someone, and I've been a part of this for, July 2022? So September will be 2 years for me. And I met Brian through Luke Longmire, and then met Bob Proctor through Brian, and was personally mentored by him. But I stayed in the Elite 100 because I had that family thing, and Brian's been the older brother I never had. It's awesome because we have the masterminds, but we're able to go out as well after it. So there's so much value. And if you look at that little chart Brian was actually showing earlier, it's got, physical health and finance and all these different things. It's a 1 to 10 scale of where you are. Well, you don't want to just focus on finances. You don't want to just focus on personal health. You want to have everything, right? It's a life of abundance. And I feel like with this group, you have people who are involved in philanthropy. You have people involved in finance. You have people involved in physical fitness. You have people involved in mindset. You have so much. And we all have this common goal of just being better and raising our conscious awareness and studying the content that we've all gotten from Bob over the years. And so this means, Elite 100 means family to me. When I came here, I was already successful, right? I already had the finances, I already had a lot of things. But what I didn't have was peace. What I didn't have was no anxiety, right? I came here with a ton of anxiety, something I've had as a little kid, runs in the family, right? It's a part of paradigm, it's part of how we're raised. And you start taking these bad habits and you start growing with them. And then as you get more pressure on life, they start to expand. So I came into Elite 100 on the outside great, but on the inside miserable, and didn't know. And I knew there was a better way. I can't be the only person that was like this. And I wanted to be happy, right? And I realized through studying the content, through networking and masterminding with this group, through Brian, our one-on-ones, is that if you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy then. Meaning the next $1 million is going to make you happy. The new car, new clothes, new wife, whatever it may be, is never going to make you happy until you're happy now. So I think my inner peace and loving myself and knowing that I'm worth it and knowing that I can accomplish anything that I set my mind to, that I truly believe, right? Think, believe, and do. And that builds self-confidence. So through all of this, I came here and I found peace, I found happiness, and I found a lot of self-confidence, which is confiding in myself. And that's where Brian and this group has really helped me out. Brian probably doesn't know this, but the first time I met him was on a yacht, and I was like, oh, this guy, way off in left field there, And I was like, before I was with Bob too, I've seen Bob many times on Instagram, and I was like, this old man is always rambling on about something, right? That's because a lot of it is a little ethereal, right? It's a little up here, but that's because that's how I was raised, right? We had a wall set up. So I had some hangups with the spiritual, the mental, and the physical plane, where I thought everything had to be on the physical. And so that really helped open it up. I came to this mastermind as an atheist and left not being one, right? And believing in a higher power and that there is more out there and God is in everything. So I think that the hang up was the whole content. But I finally got beaten down, and I got beaten down by seeing people actually have results. When I grew up, everyone that went to church, everyone that was spiritual was poor. And they also lived a double life, right? Where they were the Christian on Sunday, come Monday, they were backstabbing and throat cutting. So I didn't want to be that, and it pushed me away. But that's not everybody. That's just how we stereotype people. When I came here, I saw people full of love, full of happiness, and have finances, right? And I was like, wow, you can actually be a good person and be rich. I didn't know that growing up. I wasn't told that. If you have money, you weren't a good person. So when you can get rid of these paradigms, then you get rid of these hangups. And what I wanted to do was, like I said, I really came here because I wanted to just find a better way to do it. And Brian leads by example. And he literally practices what he preaches. He doesn't just talk about it and then talk about it on a one-on-one. He lives it. If you've ever gone out with him, you ever see him, he is a walking example of this, right? He is a disciple of the content, and you can see him, and I've seen him over the past 2 years, same with Luke, especially. I've seen their income go up. I've seen their personalities get better. I've seen their habits become better, right? And so I was like, I want to level up, and that's how you do it, by being in a mastermind like this one. You come here and you don't like it, okay, you didn't lose anything, but you might lose everything if you don't try it. If you don't give this a chance with a pure open mind. You can't come in here with a hang up. Come in here, give it 60 days, right? It's full 60 days, go all in. When I met Brian and Babis, I'm giving them 1 year, 365 days where I will believe everything they say and I won't question it. And I take it, everything as truth. But in 366 days, I'm gonna analyze it and see what does Michael really think. Within 365 days, I was sold on it, and things have changed. But that's what I would do, is come in here with 100% open mind and take it, and then decide later what you think. But you can only win. There is no losing here, because what we teach here is universal for everyone.